So hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to talk about 3 very important settings that you need to adjust or tweak on your Sony camera, basically your A6700, which I have here, that will help you to get better focus every time. Now you know that as a creator, you're either doing photography or videography, basically you work with the camera. One of the pillars of good imagery is that you get your focus right. So if you're talking about portraits, either still portraits or you're doing like an interview, a talking head, or even a vlog where you're trying to vlog yourself, your footage quality, one of the things that's going to be measured by is how well you're able to get your focus. I know several times in the past I've done a talking head, maybe interviewing somebody, and the focus just keeps shifting between the face and the background, the face and the trees, the face and all of that stuff. Luckily, in Sony cameras, there are settings that you can tweak to make sure that the camera becomes more smart or smarter in terms of being able to focus on what you really wanted to focus on. We're going to talk about that in this video. So we're going to be looking at the Sony A6700, which is this awesome camera that I have here. I love this camera. It's one of my favorites. It's small, compact, and very smart. But let's dive right in. So the first thing is that we go into the menu system. Now, the menu system, once you get in, you scroll down to the focus. You can see at the top left, that's focus. That is this chapter of the menu system, is the focus. So the first setting that we want to talk about is the setting that helps your camera to recognize the subject very well. Basically, you're just trying to tell your camera or teach your camera to focus on what is important, which in this case is a face. So you're trying to teach your camera to always recognize a face or recognize whatever subject it is you're trying to capture. You'll find out in the Sony menu that there are a variety of subjects that the camera can recognize. So in this case, let's say we're trying to make the camera to recognize a human face. So when you go in, you see under the focus menu, number 3 says subject recognition. If you go deeper into the subject recognition menu, what you need to go to is recognition target. And you can see I already have it set to human, but if you click in, you see that there are other targets. There's animal, bird, there's animal, then bird, insect, car, train, and airplane. So whichever one you set the camera to, the camera is now primed to recognize those kind of targets. So if you're doing like nature and you're shooting birds, you can shift it to animal, bird, or animal, or bird. And this way, anytime you raise your camera to take a picture, anytime the camera senses that there's a bird or animal in the scene, it's going to focus on the eye of that animal or bird. And this is really awesome because it makes sure that you always nail the focus. You can imagine trying to shoot a bird and instead the camera is focusing on the wall behind it or some other subjects in the frame, and that will definitely kill your shot. That is how to set it. So in this case, we're leaving it on human. And then the next thing is to make sure that this setting, the one at the top, subject recognition in autofocus, is turned on. If you turn it off, then this feature of being able to recognize subjects will not be activated or active. So you need to make sure that this is done. So those are the 2 settings you need to make sure you turn on. Make sure your camera is recognizing a subject. Now let's quickly move on to the second setting, and that is the autofocus transition speed. Now in the autofocus transition speed, what you're trying to control in the camera is you're trying to control how fast the camera shifts focus from one target to another, or how smooth or how cinematic that shift in focus is. There are some situations where you want that focus to be really fast, and then there are situations where you want it to be a bit slow. In my experience, let's say you're doing a talking head. In a talking head video, the person that you're interviewing is really important that the face is always in focus. In that kind of setting, I would make sure that the transition speed is not so fast. So I'll reduce the transition speed. But in a situation whereby maybe I'm doing a product shoot and or a food layout, and there's different food items, plates of food, and I want the focus to shift as I'm moving the camera. I want it to shift from one item of food to the other. Or maybe there are 2 or 3 people in the frame and I'm interviewing 3 people at a time. And I want that anytime I turn the camera to whoever is speaking, the camera shifts focus. And I want to increase the focus speed a little bit more. So the way to do that is go into your menu settings as before. And if you go down to the AF/MF, which is number 1, you can see from the screen here, and you go deeper, you can see AF transition speed. So you can see that it goes all the way from 7, that's the fastest, to 1, which is the slowest. And if you click on the in-camera guide, it says that this sets the autofocus transition speed level to 1, which moves the focus slowly. So basically, it's a good idea to just keep it somewhere in the middle and tweak it as necessary. Depending on what you're trying to shoot, you can come here and adjust as necessary. So the autofocusing system on the Sony cameras are really quite intelligent and really quite advanced. So If you're working with a Sony camera, you most likely will not really have issues, but this video is just to make sure you are aware of the settings that you need to tweak to make sure you're getting good focus every time. Let me just introduce myself. If you're new on this channel or you're coming here for the first time, my name is Sean. And on this channel, I make content that helps creators to have the skills, tools, the knowledge, and the mindset to be able to do more, be more, and have more. Basically, maximize your potential. Those are the things I'm interested in always talking about. Sometimes I talk about gear, I do tutorials. Sometimes I just talk about the mindset and the ways and the hacks and the techniques that you need to employ in your life as a creator to be better and to do more. Anyway, let's go back to what this video is about. Then the last setting we're going to talk about is what we call the autofocus subject shift sensitivity. So this basically controls how easily the focus leaves your face to focus on something else. Remember, the other one is how fast, but this one is how sensitive is the camera to a shift in focus. And the other one is talking about how fast. So let's say this video I'm shooting now, I want the camera to be able to shift focus easily from my face to this camera. So every time I raise the camera up, I want the camera to be able to shift fast, which is not doing right now. You can see this is a good example. As you can see now, I'm speaking to you, the focus is still locked on my face. But if I tweak the setting, I can make it such that anytime I raise the camera, it quickly moves to shift focus to the camera. And then when I drop it, quickly goes back to my face. I raise it up, goes to the camera, and then I remove it and it goes to my face. So you can see that in the ZVE one that I'm using to shoot, it's not so sensitive. I have to pause a little bit and wait for the camera to actually decide that, okay, it's going to shift focus to the camera. And in many instances, I have to actually block my face completely from the camera, and then it shifts. And then when I take it off, it goes back to my face. Now I can change the sensitivity. I can make it faster so that every time I raise the camera, it just moves straight to the camera. And when I bring it down, it goes back to my face. So that's what the settings are about. And the way to do that is go into the menu. And now the same AFMF menu, you go down to autofocus subject shift sensitivity. Right now it's on 3, but if I want it to be more responsive, I move it all the way up to 5. And if I want it to be less responsive, I leave it at 1, which is locked on. So when it is at 1, what that means is that it will tend to lock onto my face. So even if I bring a hand in front of my face or anything in front of my face, it won't shift to that thing. It will maintain that face in focus. But if I increase the sensitivity, then anytime I put something in front of my face, it's going to immediately focus on that thing. So this might be good if you're talking about a product like I'm doing now, and I'm holding this Sony A6700, and let's say I wanted to show you something on the camera screen like this, then it would be useful to make it very sensitive so that it quickly moves to the camera. And then when I take it away, it goes back to my face. So those are 3 settings that you can dive into. Go into your camera menu system, tweak them and practice and see. And I'm sure that by the time you do that, you would have become more familiar with the focusing system on the Sony camera, which is really awesome, by the way. It's not so hard to learn, and the camera is user-friendly. So the camera is quite intuitive and quite smart, especially if you just set it in some auto settings or leave it even in the default settings. It's actually quite intuitive. But the idea is that you want to be able to understand these things so you can have more control over how the focus system works. So I hope this video has helped you to, become more familiar with the focusing system on your camera. And in the next video, I'm going to talk about 3 other settings that will help you to maintain good exposure, so your footage is not too bright or too dark and looks good generally. So that's what we're going to talk about in another video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, a comment, and if you really want to help the channel grow, you can do 2 things for me. Number 1 is that you can subscribe if you haven't already, and 2, if you have subscribed, you can leave a thanks on the video. And for everyone who has already done that, I've received a couple of thanks over the last few weeks and months. I'm really, really grateful. I really appreciate the support, and thank you again for coming back to watch this channel. And stay tuned for the next video.